Okay, good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dr. Omar. I'm pleased to present the final summary of our University Opening House Project Management Plan, which we complete as a milestone for our course. So, before we dive into our project plan, I would like to introduce you to our core team responsible for this execution. A successful project of this nature requires a clear defined roles. The first one is Ibrahim Muhammad. He serves as the project manager. Then we have our friend Hassan Muhammad, is our marketing leader, overseeing all promotional activities. And then is me, Yasser.A.Alammar, is the planning lead, focusing on logistics and scheduling. And the last member of our group is Al-Hassan Usman, is the tech coordinator, managing the registration system and the day of technology. For the next slide, now let's look at the structure of our presentation, which follows the 4 milestones of the course. Milestone 1. This covers the project charter and overall project objectives. For the milestone 2, here we focused on scope definition and the work breakdown structure, aka WBS. For milestone 3, we analyzed the schedule and the cost management, including the timeline analysis and the critical path. And finally, for the milestone 4, today's focus on the final PMP and the project closure, including risk management and execution strategy. Okay, moving to the core of our plan, we established clear objectives and success criteria. The project objective is to plan and execute the comprehensive university open house on February 12th and 13th, 2026. To attract prospective students and showcase our academic departments. The primary goal is clearly defined: to increase the prospective students' applications by 10% within 30 days post-event compared to the previous year. To ensure success, we establish 4 key success criteria. Attendance. We aim for 1,200 or more unique visitors. Engagement. We required 100% department participation plus 15 student servant. Satisfaction. We target 90% of visitors rating the event as satisfaction or high or higher. We're targeting 90% of visitors rating the event as satisfied or higher. Logistics. We must achieve zero safety issues and remain on budget, which is $18,000, 18,000 riyal. This slide clearly outlines the project boundaries, specifications, and the project includes and what is includes. 1. In scope. Activities include the event agenda, all marketing and promotions, registrations, setups, venues, booking, lab tours, venture training, and post-event surveys. Out of scopes. These are the items. The items our area will not be managing. These include the university administration decisions, visitors transportation, developing new academic programs, or for catering services. The key WBS phases divided our work into 7 manageable phases, from initiation to closure and evaluating, ensuring the structure approach to execution. And for the next slide, my friend Ibrahim here will continue with you and for the milestone 3.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ibrahim Al-Hajj, and we talk about and we talk about schedule analysis. Moving to schedule, the total project duration is 51 days, ending on February 21. The most critical finding here is that we have 0 days on a flow on the critical path, sequence A to K. Then this means any delay is a football or marketing will directly delay the event. Next. This is a critical path sequence. And there is here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. All of them have meaning. A is defined objective, and stakeholders, and B approval and kickoff. Three C is develop scope, schedule, budget, and D de- branding, marketing, design, and E online registration setup, and F is the Venus booking equipment setup. G is coordinate department presentations. H is launch social media campaign. And I is the final safety of check. And J is run event. And K is post-event analysis and reports. The next slide is Gantt chart to this project, and how we can finish in days and in the time. And now we go to the project. We got one project timeline, and Hassan, we will discuss this with you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Hassan, and I will continue where my colleagues have stopped. As Ibrahim said, after finishing the initial stages, we will move to the project timeline. There is a number of key schedule drivers. One of them is the market campaign. This section aims to describe how long we expect our activities to take place. If you see here, marketing campaign, as it says, it's the longest duration activity, 20 days on the critical path. This means the marketing campaign will continue during the process, aiming to generate as much attention as possible towards our event. Then we have the venue booking, activity F. It's a high risk non-critical activity within only 3 days of float, meaning that the venue where the event will take place must be booked full for us, and event must be booked full for us and our event, and any delay here will impact our progress with the event. Then we move to the event execution date from February 12 to 13. This is a fixed date, that meaning that when we reach this date, all our planning must have come to put all our work must be ready to present. Moving on to the cost management plan, as we said before, our budget for this project is 18,000 riyal. We expect that much of our spendings will be on the event operations and booking the facility. Technology come last because the department already has the technology available, the labs, the machine, most of it are there. We will not spend much on it. There is a recommendation here to hold at least 10% of the money, 18,000, 1,000 riyal, in case of an emergency. And we have come with the payment terms where our vendors require 15% deposit. The cash flow must be managed early on weeks 2 to 3. Coming to the risk register and mitigation, we have a number of risks here and their levels, and a strategy to deal with them should they occur. The first risk is that the venue be unavailable, or there be a booking conflict, schedule conflict. This could wreck our plan, and thus it's marked as a high level risk. A mitigation strategy to deal with it would be to secure the whole reservation in advance. Would be to secure the whole reservation in advance, 8 weeks in advance, to ensure there won't be any conflict instantly. Then we have another risk that a lesser number of students come of the expected audience. We don't need the number 1,200 students. This is a very high level risk because if we don't make the number required, the whole event is meaningless or didn't achieve its point. A mitigation strategy to deal with it would be to uh, be an aggressive social media campaign. This means we constantly seek to raise attention to our event and get our word out there on social media and such. Another risk is vendor delivery delay. This is the equipment we need to run the event will be delayed, and such it will put a wrench in our planning. A mitigation strategy to deal with it would be to uh, contract penalty clauses, and we have a weekly progress meeting to ensure that we receive all vendors on time. Another risk would be a registration system failure, as we discussed before. We will be registering the coming students as through through a system, through a technological system, to get their data there and get their feedback there. One of the risks that could happen is that the system may fail or encounter some bugs. And a mitigation strategy to deal with this kind of issue would be to constantly back the system up, update it, and do a number of tests before the day of the event. Thank you all for listening, and I give the floor to my colleague Al Hassan to explain about execution and operation strategy.
Thank you, my members. Ibrahim, yes, he's the first, and Ibrahim and Hassan. Now I speak for the execution and operation strategy, and also I speak monitoring and KPIs. Third, I speak for project closure and lessons learned. Okay, first one, execution and operation strategy. This section details the plan for the day of operation February 2013, 2012-13. Operation manual, a detailed minute by minute run sheet is prepared for all 4 core team members. Check-in speak for what digit QR code stations will be used to manage visitor flow and track the 1,200 unique visitor KPI. The third step, capacitors. Its students. The student volunteers will guide group every 30 minutes to P labs and facilities. Fourth, help desk. Centralized support will be provided for navigation and schedule increase. Okay, the second, for monitoring and KPIs. This means that the project will be monitored, used for key performance indicators. This for what's the meaning for KPIs. Summarize. Attendance target the bigger than and equal 1,200. Measure via registration system. Certifications target must be bigger than and equal 90%. Measure via rate satisfied or higher. Okay. Finality variance must be less than and equal 5%. Constraint strict must be less than and equal 900 serve average. Schedule SPI. SPI the meaning schedule performance index. This must be bigger than and equal 1. Constraint 0 critical path details. The third and last, project closure. Closure and lessons learned. The project closure is structured into a 3 phase closure. Immediate day 43 and 44 vendor release, manual key out and debrief. Financial day 45-50 invoice reconciliation and budget variance analysis. Third, administrative days 49, 51, final report, application track, and institutional archiving. This is for the last. Now I speak for conclusion. My pro Yasser.
Okay. In conclusion, the Open House PMP is a comprehensive plan focused on strategic goal of increasing the student application by 10% with the clear objectives, a set budget of 18,000 Riyal, and strict success metrics. For example, 1,200 attendance and 90% satisfaction. The detailed milestones provide a high probability of successful execution and goal achievement. Thank you for listening and don't hesitate to contact us for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, so we are done. Goodbye, and thank you for your attention.